Hey guys, it's Julia here, and I have these two tablets for the looking back video you guys are seeing. I'm recording this the day before, but hopefully I can get it up tomorrow on time. It might be a little bit later, but we'll see. But I combined my Surface Pro 6 and my Dell Venue tablet. I know I made videos on my Dell Venue in the past, and I also did make videos on my Surface because I know I made an unboxing of my Surface. I will leave some links down below to some of those older videos if you guys want to go back and watch them. But anyway, I have both of these devices and I'm going to show you both of them, and then I'm also going to do something special with both of them in this video. So yeah. So anyway, this is my Surface Pro 6. I have a case on it right now. It might be kind of hard to see because of the lights, but I'll show it more later because I have some pretty cool lights in here right now. It's a blue light, but it is a blue case, like a bluish greenish case. I have the Surface type cover on it that I've always had since I've had the Surface. It's still in pretty good shape, so I have the pen right here because I do have the Surface pen. So I did use my Surface a lot for taking notes in school. It was one of the main reasons I got it was because I'm in college. I wanted to be able to take notes, have a portable device to bring places that was, small, but also could do everything a computer could do. So that's why I got my Surface. But later on in school, I was having issues with certain programs I had to use because they didn't really like the scaling. And some programs were just so tiny that I couldn't see them properly. So then I ended up getting the Dell Latitude E5470, and I used that for school, but I still used my Surface for like notes and stuff, and I did still bring it some days. So I still used it too. But then after the whole thing happened in this world that caused people to not have to go to school and stuff, like in person, I started just using my desktop for everything since it has 3 screens and it's easier to do my schoolwork that way. I would use my Surface occasionally for notes though. But we're going to power it up and see what's on here. So I just push the power button once and it turns on. I'm pretty sure in the past I had to hold it, but now it seems like I just push it once and it turns on. So we're going to let this boot. I'm going to show a few things, and then we're going to do something. So, just got to wait for it to boot up. It's a little bit slow. As you can see, it doesn't seem as fast as it used to anymore. Like, I feel like back then my Surface was a lot faster, but nowadays it's just really slow. I don't know why that's there. I need to delete that because I don't even have that anymore. But that doesn't matter because I'm reinstalling this entire thing anyway. I don't know if you heard, but it made the startup sound. So, power button, volume down to unlock, because I always just find that easier on a tablet. So it says I'm too close. Okay. Alright, so you can see it's Windows 11. So I did upgrade this to Windows 11 back in March because I wanted to try it again. But the thing is, I don't know, like I thought it'd be good to have it on a Microsoft device because it's more, I guess, tablet friendly. But in the end, I honestly, just after using Windows 11, it's hard to get used to for some reason. And I'm not saying that it's bad, I'm just saying that it needs more work. Plus, I'm still on Windows, it says Windows 10, but it's 11, 21H2, which is build 22000, which is the first build of Windows 11. So it's not the best. I don't know why that's popping up. If I open WinVer, because I don't know why that says Windows 10, because it's not. It's Windows 11, as you guys can see here. But basically with Windows 11, it's alright, but personally, I think this tablet would run much faster on Windows 10. So that's kind of one of the reasons I'm going to downgrade it back to 10 again. But basically, this is the specs. You can see it's an i5-8250U, but I know Microsoft does slow it down. It seems like it's going really fast right now, but if I'm using it a lot, or using it, it would tend to just slow down on me, and the CPU would start going slower. And that's pretty much what happens with it. It just starts like really slowing down. Although, I'm not saying that's a Windows 11 issue, because it happened on Windows 10 as well. The same issue. So, I'm not blaming Windows 11 for that at all. I think it's just something with this tablet, probably because there's not really cooling, there's no fans in this. That's probably one of the issues with it. But another issue and why I'm going to be reinstalling this is because my storage. Because I backed up my stuff yesterday. It was only 8 gigabytes of actual files that I needed, like of all like the documents and all those folders. They all totaled to be like 8 gigs, yet I'm using so much space. And like, it's just so weird. And if I run WinDirStat and I tell it to scan the C drive, you guys will see what I mean about the space. It's just really weird. So, while that's running, I'm actually going to pull up the upgrade history, which will show the upgrade date. So I'm going to go get those commands. Alright, so once I push enter, it's going to tell me, because I copied and pasted these from a text document. But basically, it was upgraded March 14th of 2022. It is now June 23rd, 2022. I've had Windows 11 on here for about 3.5 months. But if you want to see the actual installation date of the operating system, it is August 4th, 2021. Now that is a really old install, and generally I like to keep installs for a long time, but I am having some issues with this one, and the fact that it's taking up a lot of space when I have barely anything on it. Besides, I do want to go back to 10 on this, so that's one of the reasons that I'm going to be, doing this. But I will say, I mean, it's not that Windows 11's bad, but, oh, that's nice. It just hasn't been running as well either. My Surface has not been running as well. There's also a lot of programs installed. So if you want to see how many programs are installed, there's 46 programs installed, which I feel like is a bit too much. Because you could see, you could see the install date too. Which, I think that's actually 2 days after the install date, for some reason. Because the install date's right there. But, yeah. It is sad losing an install like this long, but at the same time, it's really necessary. Plus, I just want to clean it out. Have a fresh start, not have a ton of things on here. Just have a fresh start. So, you can see that. Let's see if WinDirStat is done. Yes, it is done. You guys can see over here that DLLs are taking up 12 gigs of space. EXEs are taking 6 gigs of space. Apparently stuff on the local disk is taking up 5 gigs, which is probably like the page file or something. Disk image, apparently there's an ISO on here somewhere. A system file, I mean, all the stuff here it just adds up. But it says I'm using, how much space does it say I'm using? It says I'm using 46 gigs, but here's the weird thing. If I go into the storage settings, it says I'm using more than that. It says I'm using, that's 63. It says I'm using 55 gigs of space. Yet WinDirStat is only showing up as 46, so it's not even showing like 10 of the gigs. So it's missing some things in here. But yeah, if I click like DLL, apparently all those, application, let's see the biggest application. That is nice. It's a Windows XP update. Looks like that might actually be SP3 itself. Well, that's gonna get wiped out because that's not needed anymore. What is this big, huge thing? Oh no, it's a bunch of tiny files. And what is this? Like, this is taking up a pretty big chunk. It's an ISO. If we click that, what's that? The page file. Okay, but yeah, it's just, I think it's just, it's all adding up. Like, there's a ton of stuff that's just adding up on here. Besides, I feel like, in my opinion, I installed way too many programs on here. I just want a fresh start, really. I know I'm repeating myself a bit, but this is like how much things are taking up on here. Most of it apps. So, but if you see the sizes right here, because I'm just showing the sizes of the application. Some don't even have a size. That's a big application right there. What's the biggest application? 172, that's pretty big. 5 megabytes, that's nothing. That's 11 megabytes is nothing. Yeah, I see 8 kilobytes, that's even better. See, I feel like it's just one of those cases where there's so much little files on here that it's just taking up the space and it just needs a clean start, because it's only 128 gigs. This is only taking up 128 gigs. Like, it's only 128 gig drive is what I'm trying to say. It's also a lot of partitions as well for some reason, and I want to clean that clutter. I'm also going to take that SD card out. I honestly need to clean out the SD card as well. There's probably a lot of junk on there. Let me actually take that out now. Okay, there we go. So, here's the SD card. I just took it out of it. Yeah, I like how the keyboard lights up on this. It's really nice, honestly. But I showed you guys Windows stat. I showed the installation date. I showed the upgrade date. And just the fact that there's just so much in here. There's so many files and so many random folders and stuff. This just needs to all be cleaned out. It's just a mess. Like, what is this A folder? Like some old backup that I don't even need anymore. Like a drivers folder. This is from 2021. Some ESD folder that's empty. Some files folder, that's probably from my domain. But on the VHDX, I already deleted that VHDX. I probably just forgot to delete it from msconfig because I was doing some testing to see what would boot on here. And yeah, fun fact, don't try and boot LTSB 2015 on here because this definitely cannot run the first version of Windows 10. That is just going to have so many issues. Delete. It's gone now. I just deleted it from the boot entry. I was just doing some testing because I was bored. Because I think I've tried it before, but I've not tried LTSB before. Or if I did, I don't remember. But it refused to boot. Let's just say that. It didn't even want to boot anymore. So now you're probably wondering, well, you know I'm reinstalling Windows 10, but what version of Windows 10 am I reinstalling? Well, I'm going to reinstall Windows 10 LTSC 2019. The reason why I'm doing 2019 instead of 2021 is because LTSC 2019, well, it's based on 1809, and this tablet came with 1803, and I felt like it ran great on 1803 and 1809, but ever since like 1903 and higher, it's just gotten slower. So I wanted to see how 1809 would run on here, and it is supported until 2029 because it's the LTSC version. Plus, LTSC doesn't have any bloatware, and I like that. And if I do decide I want something newer, I can upgrade it to LTSC 2021, which is based on the latest version of Windows 10, which is Windows 10 21H2, build 19044. So I can put that on there if I'm having issues with LTSC 2019. I also have the drivers because Microsoft still has drivers for 1809 for this device, even 1803. So I got the 1809 ones, and we're going to install them after I reinstall the Surface. But yeah, I'm going to miss it. I mean, I'm gonna miss this install for sure, and the fact that I've had it for so long and I'm, you know, getting rid of it. So yeah, that install is going to be gone since, you know, I have another Windows 11 device that I have, which is that ThinkPad that I showed in a video, and I do plan to fix the RAM in it because the RAM is faulty. But about this Surface, like I said, I mainly got this for school and stuff, but now I mainly just use it in my room when I'm laying down or I watch videos on it, but I just haven't been using it as much lately because of how slow it was, so I'm hoping that this will help refresh it. I'm not going to store as much stuff on it. I'm not going to have a ton of programs installed. I'm just going to keep like a few things installed and probably keep it to that. And if there is something else I need, I can install it. But I'm kind of just going to install as I need stuff. So I'm not going to install all these applications. I'm probably going to install barely any of them. Really just a web browser because I use it to watch videos. I can just install Firefox and probably be good. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Then again, my server is going to try and download things on here, which I do need to actually go through that, which I'll probably do tomorrow, because usually it takes it a few days to even register with my SCCM server. Or should I say, it's not even called SCCM anymore, it's called MECM, I think. But I still call it SCCM because it's the name I know. But anyway, I think we're ready to wipe this. So with Surfaces, I heard you hold the volume down button while it's booting. So we're gonna hold the volume down button while it's booting, and hopefully do this. Now I know I'm gonna show the Dell in this video too, but if this video ends up being long, I'm sorry. So I'm holding volume down. I'm hoping it does something. I've not done this in a while. It's not doing any. It didn't do anything. Okay. It's so weird. I was literally holding the volume down button and it just ignored it. That is so weird. But yeah, this is probably gonna be long because there was a lot I had to show. Okay, I just wanna get it to boot. Come on. Shutting down service. Can you shut down faster? So guys, I'm gonna make a USB because I selected the USB to boot and it just refused on my Surface. Like, I told it to use a device because I did the shift restart and it just ignored it. So I'm just gonna create a USB. I grabbed it off my vent toy, although I'm hoping that it is the correct ISO because the names were just weird, because it was named that. It sounds like it could be LTSC 2019, but if it isn't, then RIP. So GPT UEFI, I'm just gonna leave it all default because it is UEFI. I'm gonna leave it as FAT32 because if you do NTFS, you're gonna have secure boot issues, and I have a feeling that's why it's not even booting to begin with. So, start. We're gonna wipe it, and we're gonna let it create the USB. And while I let it create that, we're gonna talk about the other one. So this other tablet I have right here. Now, I don't want this video to be super long, so I might make a separate video on what I'm gonna do with it, or I might just do it quickly. But this is my Dell Venue tablet. I showed this in a few videos. I plan to reset this again because basically I was having some issues. Well, not really issues, but this install is really old and I don't like that username and I don't even know what in the world that picture is. But this is like really old. You can see the icons are really old. Look at that old Discord logo, like that's so old. And that old Firefox logo. Let's see what version of Firefox this is. It's probably gonna update because it's on the internet. But maybe not. Let's see. It might. But even if so, I'm resetting it anyway. But I'm gonna show this tablet. How old of a version of Firefox is this? That's not what I wanted. Help. About. It's up to date? What in the world? Why that icon look old? Maybe it's just my imagination. It must have already updated itself. It looks old to me. Maybe it's not. I haven't used Firefox Nightly in a while, because I just use the regular Firefox. I don't use Nightly, although I do like the icon for Nightly better. So I might change my icon to that, even though I don't want to use Nightly, because it updates too much. But yeah, if you want to see the install date of this, I don't know, I didn't need admin. I don't know why I did admin, but it doesn't really matter. System info. How to use the on-screen keyboard. If I can. Whoa. This looks all weird. Like the command prompt, it's like, it looks cool actually. Because it's, you know, the green text in a different font, but it's running 8.1. The install date is from, wow, March 17th of 2019. So this is a 3-year-old install. That is crazy. Now, I don't know if the reset feature is going to restore the factory image. I hope it does. If not, I have another way I'm going to do it. So I've decided, because this video is so long, I'm going to make a separate video of restoring this tablet again, or resetting this tablet again, and that'll be one of the Wednesday videos of me resetting it, because I'm doing the looking back in this video, but I'm going to make another video resetting it, so you guys will see another video of me resetting it, because I was looking back through some old videos, and I saw this video, and I had to download this, like, Dell Backup and Recovery. This was back in 2016, and then this one was when it reset back to 8.1, and apparently I was on Windows 10. I used the reset feature and it went back to 8.1, and then I upgraded it again. This was, yeah, that's an even older video because that's from 2015. So I was looking at these videos, which I'll leave in the description if you guys want to go watch them. But basically, let me hold Rufus back up because we need Rufus. Where's Rufus? There you are. So, this is a really old install. It's crazy to see that I have an install this old. Now you're probably wondering, why do you want to reset an install this old? Well, the thing is that, yes, this is old. If I sort it by oldest, now 2013, that's a lie. It's the 2019 ones. I don't know why there's one on the 4th. Like, the install date is literally March 17th, not February 4th. That's really weird. Oh, it does have Dell Backup and Recovery. Well, I need to find that. Because I tried to look for it. Dell Backup. And I couldn't find it. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I searched it, but it doesn't come up. But it's here. But I'm hoping when I do the reset thing, it'll do it, you know. But there's a total of 18 programs on here. This isn't really a lot. Like, at all. Like, this is very little. If we want to see the versions of applications and stuff, these are really old, probably, with some of them. I can move this. It's kind of hard to do it through looking through my phone camera. But this is just my Dell Venue. And I do want to do something with it. You know, it actually runs good on 8.1. I've had this since 2014. This tablet still works. Although, a couple weeks ago I plugged it in. It was super dead. And it took it hours to even turn on. And then eventually it did. And the battery still works. And it seems like it works pretty well, but it was really dead. But I do want to kind of use this for something. Maybe it can play YouTube videos fine. I could use this for that too. Then again, why would I want to do that if I have an iPad? Because I have an iPad right here, which it's actually jailbroken. So, if I show it, it's actually jailbroken. But I'm considering if I should even keep it, or it's the Dell OEM image. I was going to do it in this video, but then it would be an hour. So, I'd rather just make another video. I try to keep my videos down a bit and not make them super long, but this is going to be one of the instances where it's already almost going to be an hour. It's probably almost a half hour at this point. Actually, there's a few more things I want to say real quick for this looking back. I got this Dell Venue tablet back in, I believe, July 2014. It was my birthday present from my mom, and I used it a lot back then. I used it in 2014, 2015, and 2016, but then after that, like, I used it a little bit in 2017, but then after that, I kind of didn't really use it much. I think I might have used it a little bit in 2018. I used it in 2019 when I reset it, but then after that I really just didn't touch it much. I occasionally powered it on every once in a while, but I didn't really use it. And here I am powering it back up again for the video, and basically this tablet still works, and it has, like I said, it has an SD card that's also full in here too. I need to really empty this one out probably as well at some point. But basically, they both of my tablets have SD cards, which is funny. This one's smaller though than the other one, because this one's only an 8 gig SD card. The other one was 16. But I might even put a bigger one in my Surface. I'm still thinking about it. Then again, if I'm just going to use it for like watching videos and stuff, I probably don't need a lot of storage. So I'll reset this in another video, but that's pretty much about this tablet. I will take it out of its case real quick so you guys can see it. So let me do that. So, oh yeah, if I tilt it this way, it's gonna look weird. It always does, but yeah, it's honestly a really nice looking tablet. I remember one time I left this in my bag and it got really hot in that bag and it pushed buttons or something, and I pulled it out and it was super warm. And it showed like the BIOS or something. It was like some really weird screen. I didn't know what it was. It was like back in 2015 or something. I have a feeling now that I look back at it, it probably was in the BIOS. I don't know how that happened, but it was just some bizarre screen. I don't know if I have a screenshot of it or not. If I do, I'll put it up, but it's probably a BIOS. But I remember freaking out, like, did I break it? And I think I just held the power button and turned it off, and then turned it back on after it cooled down and it was fine. But that was hilarious. I remember that. But yeah, I used to use this more back in 2014 and 15, mostly, is when I used it. I do kind of miss it though. I like the size of it. I might use this for something. If you guys have any more uses I could do with this, let me know. But I think I'm going to keep it on 8.1. But I am going to reset it because I don't like that username, and this is a few years old of an install, so I do want to, refresh it. So, probably won't put it on my domain. It's not really necessary. Besides, you can't with the normal 8.1. Alright guys, so it says it's ready, so we can finally install it on my Surface. So I'm just going to eject it first, because I always just eject stuff. So now that it's ejected, I'm going to plug it in, and we're going to install it, and let's hope this is the correct ISO, because they were still renamed, and I mean, it looked like it could be, so I'm hoping it is, but if it isn't, then you guys will see an epic fail on this video. This isn't the right one, but hopefully we don't have to see that. Hopefully I got the right one. So, gonna hold the volume down button because that's what it says to do on Surfaces. Although last time I did this, it didn't work. So I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Because it's a very rare occasion that I'd have to boot a USB on here. It seems to be thinking about it. Because it's showing the Surface logo, but it's not doing anything. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, to be honest. Because I was still holding it. I just let go of it by accident. Well, the USB is blinking. It blinked. So, I don't know. It's either booting the USB or it's booting back in the OS. Oh, it looks like it did boot the USB. I didn't even have to do anything. Just holding volume down seems to have booted it automatically. Well, that's cool. So, we're at the installing screen for, I believe this is LTSC 2019. I mean, we should see. It should say. Oh yeah, it is. Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC. Okay, good. And the date says 2019, so I think this is the correct one. So that's good that we are actually installing the right thing. So if I go to custom, there's just a lot of partitions. That's just so weird. So this is generally what I like to do. Shift F10, if this even works. List, disk. And then we're gonna select disk 0 because that's the right disk. I did back everything up, by the way. Anything important, that is. So clean, goodbye install. Oh, did I not select the disk? Did I misspell it? I typed clean. Okay, goodbye. Alright, it's gone. Now if we refresh, there we go. It's wiped. So new, apply, okay. And it should make the partitions, and that's a lot better. Only 4 partitions. Click next. And it should start installing Windows on here. Now it does look a bit weird, probably due to, you know, the Surface's screen. I've had a Windows install be really tiny once on here, and it was really funny. I think I tried installing Windows 8.1 on it at one point, and it blue screened with internal power error. And the screen was like super tiny, and it was really funny. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So anyways, I'm gonna let this install. Alright, so it wants to reboot, so I'm gonna let it reboot. I am gonna pull the USB as well. So that way we don't have the USB in, because it doesn't need it anymore. So we'll see how this goes. Now after it's installed, I don't know if I'm gonna show everything. I might just like show joining the domain on here. But there we go. It's getting devices ready. It seems like it's actually going pretty fast. Alright, so after a few minutes, it got here. So, yes, that's correct. Yes. I don't want to add a layout. I don't need one. I'm not going to connect it during the internet during setup, because I always don't. No, don't want to connect. Now for the user, I always put local user because I'm going to join the domain. So I always name that as the user. I don't need a password on it. Sure, why not? And then I'm going to turn all these off. Oh, the touchscreen doesn't work. I guess I don't have a driver for that yet. We're going to actually install the drivers as well. So it says just a moment, and it's just going to do its thing, so I will wait for this. So we finally got to a desktop. I will show you guys. You could see it's very clean looking. And let's actually look at the space. Yeah, there's like, it's not taking nearly as much, so it's good I did that reinstall. So if I go to the properties, it is Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC, and the specs of it, and all that stuff. I don't really care that it isn't activated, to be honest. It's fine with me. So, because, like, I'm not going to be using this that much anyway, so it's fine. It would run better on here, I feel like. There's, oh my goodness, there's a lot of missing devices. Well, that should get fixed. So, I don't even think I have a display driver either. Nope. The funny thing is that I installed Windows 11 on here before, and it had all the drivers already, which I believe that was actually the leaked version as well, which is really funny. I can't see the thing, so I'm just gonna run this. So welcome to this. I'm actually gonna move this. I can't do that. I keep like touching the screen, but that won't work. And now we wait, and we can, oh, I keep touching it. It's not working yet. This should install every single driver on here, because you're going to start seeing some devices like disappear and stuff, and it's going to flash a lot because it's installing drivers. And I'd rather just do this first, because like, I know Windows Update will probably get them, but I did download this yesterday from Microsoft's website, so it should be fairly up to date. And even if some drivers aren't up to date, it will update them when I run Windows Update. You can see, I think something disappeared. I'm not sure. But it's doing something. Oh, it did something there. I don't know what that said. Oh, yep. More devices are disappearing, as you guys can see here. It is doing something. So this does work, which is really cool, actually. I could tell it's not using a touchscreen because the icons aren't spaced out. And with the touchscreen, the icons would be spaced out. So it hasn't installed that yet. So we're just going to have to wait for that. So let's just wait. Oh, something else disappeared. So it is working. So I'm just going to let this work. I'm hoping that it actually does run better, though. And even if it doesn't, it doesn't. But oh, there's an error for something. Oh, never mind. There it goes. It fixed itself. Probably was installing still. I'm not going to show me setting it up in this video because of how long it is. Maybe I'll do that in like another video for another device. I might reinstall my laptop. I'm not sure yet. Oh, there goes the display, I think. I think that was the display driver. Oh boy. What did it just do? Where did Device Manager go? Let me open it again. It's dimming the screen now. You guys can see it's dimming it. But if you ever wanted to know what updating Surface drivers looked like, this is what it looks like. But by the time it's done, there should be nothing missing and everything should work. Oh, geez. It, like, expanded this for some reason. Let's see if I can make it brighter. Yes, I can. We only got 3 now. Whoa. This is just cool to watch, to be honest. Oh. I think it installed them all. Yep, there's nothing missing anymore. Let's see what version of the graphics driver it got. It's still pretty old because it's a 2019 driver, but Windows will probably update that. Oh, go away. We'll see if the touchscreen works. I don't know if it worked or not because I pushed on the keyboard. I don't think it worked. Oh, it does work. Okay. Now let's restart. Sure, why not? That was really interesting. But anyways, I'm actually going to cut the video short. I was going to show connecting to the domain and updating it, but that's not really that exciting. I mean, the domain kinda. I mean, all I do is go into like the system properties where you change the computer name and then click domain. I think I've showed it in a video before, but I'm gonna do that, all that off camera, but it's pretty cool. I'll probably show it in another video, but I am gonna cut it short. We don't need this anymore. I will open Winver for you guys. Winver. So yep, it is 1809 and it's Enterprise LTSC. So that's cool. I do need to update it because that dot number is old, but that's fine. I will update it, join it to the domain. I have to rename it as well, but it's a much cleaner looking install. Oh yeah, we should be able to put our SD card back in. Let's do that. So, where does the SD go in? Gotta find it. Oh, it's down here. That should actually work, because we should have a driver for the SD card. Yep, there it is. It's full, because I need to fix that, but we got our SD card back in there. So, nice clean install for the Surface. It's gonna work a whole lot better than it did before. It's gonna work a whole lot better with a nice clean install of Windows. Anyway, sorry for this like over 30-minute video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll make another video, a separate video on resetting that Dell tablet again on 8.1, because I don't know if resetting it normally is going to do it this time, but it might. But we'll see in that video, won't we? Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully this will run better, and bye-bye for now.